Welcome back, guys. I'm your host, Keyblade Carry 2010. So I have a bit of an update on my Elsa cosplay and my skit stuff and whatnot. I'm starting to practice more and more, and now finally, if you don't know what this is, I'm going to reveal it. I've had a lot of hardship times in trying to figure out how I was gonna get stuff done, how I was gonna make things work. What shoes was definitely another one that I was gonna have problems with. So I just decided to do my old sparkly shoes because I'm gonna be dancing and I don't want to deal with heels and whatnot, especially if I'm gonna be walking around. Plus they're sparkly and whatnot, and they're that gray snow and whatnot, or whatever you want to call it. So those are the shoes I'll be wearing for Elsa. Also, I figured out how to do my snow trick, which I ended up seeing this on a cosplayer that was doing like avatar characters and whatnot, and they did like fire and water elements and even air elements. Well, I saw them use a string to go on their fire or whatnot, so they can zoom it around and whatnot. Well, we didn't have actual like fishing wire or whatnot, so maybe later on in the future I will get fishing wire and we'll do it that way. But for right now, we have my snow attached to a little ring that goes on my finger, basically, and it's attached to the snow, and I just move my snow around and whatnot. So I got two of those, one for each hand. And whatnot. So that is what's left of the actual cape itself too. This is what the cape is made out of, but this is extra material and whatnot, and they're both on rings for both of my fingers. Not too long, not too short, just enough to do the magic that I need to do for Elsa and whatnot. So if I want to get a little closer to my hand, I can, and grab a hold of it and do all sorts of stuff with that. So we also have this guy right back here, which I was struggling so hard to figure out how I was going to make this happen. Well, I knew I wanted to have a way to reveal him, so this is like him covered up and whatnot, and so I basically just pull on it, and there's the Olaf. And I bet you guys are wondering how he is standing up. He is actually standing on cardboard that I personally made, and my friend helped me take fabric from the skirt, what was left of the skirt, and actually enforce him to stay on the back. He's got this wire that's in here. This it's basically an old hanger that wraps around his neck, so that way it enforces his head, so that way his head's not all leaning forward. She put tape on the back of his head. If you can see the tape line or whatnot, she actually tore parts of it off. So if I want to remove him and whatnot, because this is actually hot glued to the back of the tape, so basically I could just peel it off and then untie him. This is also to enforce it through the back, which is tied around the hanger right there. But yeah, that is the fabric from the skirt itself, from the dress. And so, oh, you got a little bit of but yeah, so yeah, he is now attached and he can stand up now. So I'm pretty happy with how he turned out, and thanks to Amira for gluing all the fabric to the cardboard, because at first I tried using duct tape and it looked like really bad in the back, and then I took it outside. It was really windy today, and so all my fabric just started being pulled away from the actual thing. So she sat down and glued all of this on there with a hot glue gun, because I didn't have a hot glue gun, and she helped me think outside the box and whatnot. So also, you will notice that the wire, which you can't really see very well, but the hanger goes zigzag down his back and around his foot, so he stays somewhat close to the cardboard, and so that way he doesn't go too far away from the cardboard. So that's basically how we enforced Olaf to stay on this cardboard. I am pretty impressed with my handiwork for the cardboard, first of all, because I can't think outside the box for anything. I was thinking of having a puppet mastery type thing, but then again, it's kind of hard to, considering it would be put in the back of him, and you know, there's just lots of stuff that you can do with that, but this was the simplest way where I could also have a pull-off string where I can reveal him, so that way I'm not struggling on it and whatnot. I can just grab the string and then pull, and then it reveals. This is also the last bit of the skirt entirely. This is it. This is basically what's left of the skirt, and then whatever shamble fabric that we had left of the other pieces of the skirt. This was the biggest piece left, and then so whatever else we used for the actual cape itself, which just goes over him like this. Let me set it up like that so you can see him fully. So basically, when I go on stage, he's going to have his cover over him and whatnot, like so. And so that's going to be like that. This is going to be hanging in the back. This little string right here that you can barely see is going to be hanging in the back, and so then I just, when I'm ready to make Olaf appear, I just pull it off, and there he is. He turned out really good. I'm very impressed with that, so I thought I would update you guys on how that works and stuff like that. So I am going to learn how to do dance with fabrics and whatnot, because I had to learn that for Aqua's dance, and I took bits and pieces and whatnot, so these will be interesting to work with. I can't really do it while I'm sitting down because I don't have the arm movement, but yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically all we have for my Elsa costume skit thing. So fabric, extra fabric that we didn't use, that I decided to use for other things. And so I have my snow, this is my snow effect, then I have my Olaf effect, which is him on a cardboard. So, and he's pretty stiff. I mean, it'll take a little, like, it won't take too much to knock him over, but it'll take a little bit to knock him over, because he is weighed down by a lot of hot glue. Thanks, Amira. You did fantastic. I am very pleased. And I'm thinking I'm not going to take him off this stand. I think he's permanently on the stand. Even though that there is a bit of duct tape separating him from the glue. No, I really don't want to take the chance that, you know, if somebody else wants me to perform the skit again, at least I have him all set up and I don't have to worry about it. So you can see a bit of the wire in his neck, just a little bit. So yeah, he turned out fantastic. I'm very happy. His head's not... The one thing I was really worried about when I was making the part of the stand was, is his head gonna be looking at odd directions or off to the side or whatnot, so she really enforced that a lot. So yeah, so yeah, there it is, the whole cardboard and string and fabric that's left from the skirt, and an old hanger that has enforced his entire back and upper head, and then another piece of cardboard over the top of it, and then string attached to the old hanger, and so that way he stays on the back of it, and then a bit around his foot, so that way he will stay a little bit better as well. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys like that interesting tutorial. I might actually do another video on how I made it and whatnot. We'll see, but this is basically an update. The corset is basically almost done. We have just a couple pieces left of the corset to do. My grandmother and I have finally got it to where it actually fits. It's really skin tight on me, which is awesome. That's how a corset's supposed to be anyways. She's finishing up the final touches because we're getting so close to the con, but all of it's made by me. Which is pretty impressive in my opinion for my first time competition judging slash craftsmanship. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Like I said, she's just finishing the small details that I can't really do. So Other than that, I do have most of the outfit here. She's putting weights on the end of the cape. I actually wore it down. If you watch my karaoke videos, I actually have it on and whatnot, just walking around and showing it off. And that is when the corset actually didn't fit right. And I noticed when I was wearing it that night that the cape itself would just be, it's just not weighed down, so when I walk it just bunches up, and that's not what I want. So she is putting in weights so that way the cape actually, when I walk and stuff like that, it's actually weighed down and whatnot. So I'm excited. We're still trying to figure out some small bits and details, like when I do the dance that I want to do for the Let It Go song, which I'm going to keep it as close as I can to the actual movie, but since I don't have that pull-away costume, because we didn't have time to actually do the pull-away costume, which freaking sucks, but eventually I'll do it right, and then we'll do the pull-away costume, but this year we just didn't have time to do the pull-away costume. So once that gets done, I'm thinking about maybe if they'll allow it, because my friend Amira is going to be in the competition as well. She's actually in another category. I'm in the skit category, where she's in another category. I think she might be my stage ninja for my snow, for the first part of the snow pieces, because I really don't want to pick them up twice. I really don't. And then we're either going to have a pull cord to the actual cape, so it's going to be like bundled up, and then because I really don't want to trip over it while I'm doing the dance and whatnot, for the snow and the creating the castle and whatnot, with the snowflakes and whatnot. So either that, or since it's snap-on, she might be my stage ninja for part of my snow, and she also might be my stage ninja for part of my, or for putting on my cape, which is going to be easy basically. So I would try and do my hair. She would basically at that point in time be snapping my snaps, and when I go to put my arms out for the actual motion, she should be underneath my arms getting the snaps done, and hopefully that works. If they'll allow her to be a stage ninja, because she's already in competition, but I don't know, we'll see how that works. So, but yeah, that's basically it for my update for my cosplay costume and whatnot. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of my cosplay stuff, because considering we worked really hard on it. I worked really hard on the dress, and she finished the final touches on my props, which was awesome. I brought the stuff over. She told me that, oh, let's try this instead of doing it this way, and so we did. And she did the fabric for Olaf, which was really awesome of her, really neat. And then she did all the little adding-ons to the fabric, the actual fabrics themselves. So, but yeah, other than that, I made the base, and I had somewhat of a good idea, but then she thought of a better one, which I like her idea better than what I had in mind. I was gonna tie him to it or tape him to it or something, but it turned out really good. I'm very impressed. So, alright guys, I am your host, Keyblade 2010. Thank you guys so much for all your support. If you're new to my channel, please smash that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you guys very soon. I'm gonna try my best and keep going on Kingdom Hearts, but I think I might stop sometime next week. Because I gotta do a lot of practice, a lot of making sure that everything works like it's supposed to and whatnot, since I've been adding new stuff, which after this I'm not adding anything else to my cosplay skit at all, because this basically is last minute stuff. I mean, I knew I wanted Olaf to stand, but I didn't know how until I got a hold of some basic cardboard, and she did the rest. So yeah, alright guys, I'm your host, Keyblade 2010, signing out. Game on gamers, cosplay on cosplayers, and we'll see you real soon. Bye! Olaf! He's so cool, and he turned out so amazing. I'm so impressed. Thank you.